Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sew with Love Ben of Love's World. In today's video, we'll be learning how to sew this trendy Bubu gown with a V-neck line at the back, a hidden strap at the underbust. If this is what you're interested in, please stay tuned. Let's go into the tutorial now proper. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe.
So guys, to cut out this Bubu gown, I have already put my fabric on fold. To put this fabric on fold, if you do not know yet, because I just want to cut the front and the back immediately. So this is my fabric as it is. You'll be putting it on fold like this. One, then you will fold it back like this. If you notice, here is on fold and here too is on fold. You can still do it this way. You put on fold, put on fold. So this is it. Still, if you want to cut a Bubu gown down, you don't want your shoulder to be joined, this is how to make your fold. But for the sake of this tutorial, I know I already put this on fold as a 4-fold like this, but still I'll be cutting through the shoulder measurement. We'll go over to our tutorial. First of all, make sure to arrange your fabric well. Make sure to arrange your fabric well. Okay, so when you must have done that, we'll go ahead to compute our shoulder measurements. My shoulder divided by 2, which is 8. I'll mark my 8. Then from that 8, I'll determine how long I want my sleeve to be. I'll be using a sleeve length of 11 inches. So total will be having 19 inches. Then I'll be using a neck depth of 2 inches. This is for the back. Then the weight, I'll be using a weight of 3 inches. So for the shoulder slope, you'll be marking your shoulder slope on the sleeve length point, on your sleeve length point that you mark. Remember that we marked our shoulder measurement, which is 8. Then from there, we determined our sleeve length. So on that sleeve length point, we'll come down by 1. I'll be using 1 as my sleeve, as my shoulder slope. So from that 1 that I came down, I'll determine how wide I want my opening to be. I'll be using 12. Or better still, let's just use 9 inches. So my sleeve opening will be 9 inches. Then from my shoulder point, from my starting point, I will impute my bust measurement, my shoulder to bust measurement, which is 10 inches. My shoulder to bust, which is 10 inches. Then still my shoulder to bust, which is 10 inches. Then my shoulder to waist, my shoulder to waist is 18.5. Recruiting by 18.5. Shoulder to waist, 18.5. My shoulder to hip, which is 28. Shoulder to hip, 28. Then the length of my gown will be 44. I just want my gown to be some inches immediately after my knee. So I'll be using the length of 44 inches because I don't want this gown to be long. Using 44 inches. Now I'll use my hook to connect these lines to be on a straight line. Go ahead and label. This is my bust, this is my waist, my hip, then my full length. Now, after you must have connected all your points here using your ruler, then you went ahead and came down for your sleeve opening. We'll be using our French curve to connect our neckline here. I will determine the highest circumference of my body, which is my hip measurement. So I'll be imputing my hip measurement. My hip measurement 9.7 plus 4 inches for ease plus 1 inch for sewing allowance, which will give me 18.7. Okay, we can just use 4 inches both for our ease and for our sewing allowance. So this will give us 17.7. I'll mark the measurement. 17.7. I'll mark the measurement down to my hemline. I'll mark the measurement down to my hemline. Then I'll use my ruler to connect this. Then after, I will use my French cord just to make a curve here. So after you must have done that, you connect your shoulder slope to meet your neckline point. Now go ahead and cut through the lines. And the depth of my front piece will be 3.5. So I'm trying to just mark it out before I cut this back piece out. We'll be separating the front piece. We'll be separating the front piece from the back piece. So I'm trying to remove all the pins I used to hold this fabric down. Remember to cut the hem. So this is the front piece, or the back piece rather. I'll keep it aside and work on the front piece. So I'll use my French cord to connect this line back. Make sure the necklines are aligning to avoid mistakes. You can use your pin to hold it down. So this is my front neck depth. From the shoulder, I will determine, because if you look at the style we are creating, there is a slit in front. So you determine how long you want your slit to be. I'll be using 7 because I don't want the cleavage to show. I'll be using 7 because I don't want to show the cleavage. You can go down if you want. You can still use 8, 9, but I'll be using 7. I'll be using 7. So I'll go ahead and cut the front neckline. Then I'll go ahead and open this up. We must have opened it up. So this is the point we mark with it. So I'll go ahead and open it up. So guys, at this point, I think I would want to change the neckline of this back. So I'll be changing it to a V neckline. So from my shoulder, I don't want it to be so deep. From my shoulder, I'll come down by 7.5. I'll use my ruler to extend the line to meet the center back. So I'll go ahead to use my ruler to connect from the edge of this neckline on the shoulder line to meet the pointing. So I'll be connecting it this way. Now I'll go ahead to cut the facing of this back. To cut this facing out, you'll put the fabric you'll be using on fold. So when you do that, make sure the unfolded side is at the center front. It's at the back, center back. So I'll place it this way. You'll be placing the facing front side of your fabric, facing the front side of your facing. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay, now because I want the rope to be at the back of this back piece, so I'll be coming down from the shoulder line. From the shoulder line, I'll be coming down by 1. I'll be coming down by 1 from the shoulder line. And I'll be coming down by 1 at the other edge from the shoulder line. I'll go ahead and make a long rope. I will place one here and I will place one here. So assuming this is the rope, I will still go ahead over to my machine to pipe my rope. But assuming this is the rope, you'll be placing the rope just this way. Or better still, let's just go and better still, let's just go and run a stitch. Do you understand? We'll be going over to the machine to join this face into this fabric. Then after that, here that we left, we came down by 1 inch. We'll be leaving a small space there to insert our rope. Then after that, we'll flip it over to complete the stitches. So let me go back to my machine now and do it so I can come back and show you what I mean. Guys, I've gone ahead to place the facing of this piece to the back and front. As you can see, this is how it's looking. This is the back piece that has a v-neck. So when you must have done that, just go ahead, make sure you notch all the curved edges and these point edges here for this facing to be so relaxed. Do so for the front piece. As you can see, this is my front piece. So after attaching the facing to the fabric, make sure to notch it. Then after doing that, you can go over to your pressing iron. Just use pipe, just place this fabric like this, as you're seeing me doing. But before you do that, insert a, what is it called? Do that for the front piece and also do that for the back piece. Now, the next thing to do, remember I told you that in this back piece we'll be having a rope here. So I've gone ahead to attach the facing to the rope, but I came down from my shoulder line here. I came down by one. So this is the opening I left. So I'll be inserting one of my ropes here. Then I'll flip it to the back of I'll flip to the back of this fabric and complete the stitch. After doing that, your rope will be outside looking like this. I will do that also to the other side of the back neckline. So when you must have finished all this, this is my front piece. Then, because I want this this gown, I want this bubble gown to be snatched on the waist. Get it rather than the underbust. I just want my own snatching to snatching the waist. How we do. I will flip this to the back side. Then arrange this properly to avoid mistake. I'll flip to the back side. So after arranging it, I've gone ahead to pipe the rope. I have full rope here. Just make sure to pipe the rope. I'll be able to go back to your waist. But my shoulder to waist measurement, which is 28. So I'll place my rope here and mark 28. Remember that we are working with the crease line. This crease line at the center front here. This is what I'm working with. So I'll place my tape. Then I'll place my tape. Yeah, my shoulder to hip is 28. Then my shoulder to waist is 18.5. So I'll be marking 18.5. I'll place my tape here again and mark 18.5. Remember that we are working with this crease line here. Now I'm using my ruler to extend these points to meet that crease line at the center front. Doing that, I will divide my waist circumference by 4. So my waist circumference divided by 4 will give me 7.5. On this crease line, on the center front, I will place my tape on that crease line there to mark 7.5. Please watch me well to avoid. I'll flip my tape again and place it on the crease line at the other side and mark my 7.5. So this is where I'll be placing my rope. This is where I'll be placing my rope. I'll be using my pin to hold it down. I'll also be using my pin to hold it down. This is it. After doing that, I'll go back to my machine and run a stitch here. I'll run a stitch here. This is for the front piece. I'll keep this one aside. If you didn't get what I explained using the front piece, this is the back piece, and I will be doing the same thing here on the back piece. So I'll be placing my back piece. I'll be arranging it well. Just as you're seeing me do now. Arrange your piece well to avoid mistakes. Now after doing that, my shoulder to waist is 18.5. This is the crease line. This is the crease line here. This straight line here. This is the crease line. So we are working with the crease line on this center back. But first of all, I'll place my tape to get my shoulder to waist measurement. My shoulder to waist measurement, which is 18.5. I'll mark it. I'll place my tape at the other side and mark my shoulder to waist, which is 18.5. Then I'll be using my ruler to connect the points just to get to that crease line. So this is my crease line. Now, my waist circumference, I'll be dividing my waist circumference by 4 just to get the quarter part of my waist. So my waist circumference divided by 4 gives me 7.5. Then I'll place my tape on that crease line at the center back. I'll place my tape there to mark my 7.5. I'll place my tape at the other side to mark my 7.5. This point is where my rope will be. I'm just trying to make sure I'm on the right track. Okay, this is 18.5. Now I will go ahead. I will go ahead to attach my rope on the back piece. So after doing that, just go over to your machine and run a stitch here using a machine thread. Just run over it, run a stitch over here. Remember to also insert the rope for your back neckline. So after doing that, you go ahead to pipe the hemline of your fabric, both the back and the front piece. Pipe it using the measurement you left for your hem or your piping at the hemline. Just go over to your machine, pipe it. Do so for the front piece also. Then the next thing to do before I'll go over to my machine to do all this, I'll just to join this front piece to the back piece. So I'll be placing my front piece this way, front side of the front piece facing the front side of the back piece. I'll place it this way. Remember, this is our pocket. This is our pocket. So the front side of the back piece will be facing the front side of the front piece. So this is me doing so. Arrange this thing very well, please. Arrange it very well. Just take your time and arrange everything very well. You can still use your pin to hold everything down to avoid shifting. You know, all these materials can be annoying sometimes. So when you must have arranged everything, go over using 0.5 to hold down your shoulder. Using 0.5 to hold down your shoulder. Then after doing that, I must have piped the hemline of this piece. Then I left 1 inch for joining. Before I forget, also remember to pipe the hemline of your sleeve, please. Remember to pipe the hemline of your sleeve. I'll still go over to my machine to do all these things. But I think this video is now getting too long, so I want to just complete everything in this episode. So go over and pipe the sleeve of your fabric. After doing that, I left 1 inch for the joining of the back piece to the front piece. So I will just mark my 1 inch this way, this way, this way. I will sew using my 1 inch. I will go to get over to the pocket side. I will sew it down. Hope you are understanding what I'm teaching. Please, if you are finding any part of this tutorial confusing, make sure in my comment section. I'll attend to every messages. And please, as you are watching, please try to subscribe and share so that people that also need this particular tutorial will get to see this tutorial and enjoy the goodness. So after doing that, I will come again. I will repeat myself again. I will use my 1 inch. I left from joining. Use my 1 inch. I will run the stitch from here, following the pocket from here down to the hemline. I will also do the same the other side, following the pocket down to the hemline. So guys, this will be the end of this tutorial. Now I'll be going over to my machine to just complete every. After doing that, I'll come over to show you the goodness in this fabric. Please make sure to iron your fabric well. Make sure please to iron this well. So guys, this will be the end of this tutorial.